happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
I have had a few members of our group here ask me what the Bohemian Grove Club was. I posted a couple videos on the subject, and there's not a lot of information there. So this video is my attempt to describe what it is and what's going on there. The Bohemian Grove is a 2,700 square foot red forest located in Monte Rio, California. It contains accommodations for over 2,000 people to camp in luxury. It is owned by the Bohemian Club. The club is a private all-male club which is headquartered in the Bohemian Building in San Francisco. It was formed in 1872 by men who sought shelter from the frontier culture. The club is not the problem. The problem is its members and what they're doing there. The club has evolved into an association of rich and powerful men, mostly of this country. The membership list has included every Republican U.S. president as well as some Democrats since 1923. Many cabinet officials and directors, CEOs of large corporations, including major financial institutions. Here are the names of just a handful of the Bohemian Club. Samuel Yorty, Mayor of Los Angeles from 1961 to 1973. Lee Kuan Yew, he led Singapore to independence and served as its first Prime Minister. James Robert Woolsey directed the CIA from 1993 to 1995. He also is the director of the Atlantic Council and chairman of the Smithsonian Institute. John F. Welch is the chairman of General Electric, and, of course, both George Bush Jr. and George Bush Sr., former presidents of the United States of America. The Grove is the site of a 2-week retreat every July, as well as other small get-togethers throughout the year. At these retreats, the members commune with nature in a truly original way. They drink heavily from morning through night, bask in their freedom to urinate on the redwoods, and perform pagan rituals, including the cremation of care, in which the members wearing red hooded robes cremate a coffin effigy of dull care at the base of a 40-foot owl altar. In other words, the ceremony is a replica of ancient fire rituals dedicated to a pagan god named Moloch. I know there is more to this. However, I cannot fathom why these men of wealth and power participate in such rituals. When powerful people work together, they become even more powerful. The Grove membership is wealthy, and becoming more so, while the middle class is steadily becoming poorer. This close-knit group determines whether prices rise or fall by their control of the banking system, money supply, and markets, and they make money whichever way the market fluctuates. They determine what our rights are and which laws have effect. They decide who our highest officials shall be by consensus among themselves. And then they sell political candidates to us via the media, which they own. These elitists are putting the word democracy to shame. Important issues and facts are omitted from discussion in the press, or slanted to suit their goals, but they are discussed frankly at the Grove. Is there true democracy when so much power is concentrated in so few hands? Is there any real difference between the public and the private sectors when cabinet members come from the boardrooms of large corporations? Is the spending of millions on weapons, which are by consensus no longer needed, really the will of the people? Or is it the will of General Electric, Halliburton, General Dynamics, and the other weapons contractors represented at the Grove? Educate yourself about the Grove and its inhabitants, and the true nature of the power structure in this world. Then educate your friends. Since most major newspapers and broadcast stations are owned by the insiders, be very wary of everything you hear in the press. Do your best in finding the real truth.